Hi Sag, welcome to your August reading. If you've been here before, then welcome back. But if you're new here, hello. Welcome to Esotera Tarot. My name is Lydia and today I'm going to pull some cards for the month of August. I said, ooh, 6 of Wands, Sag. Someone's feeling victorious. Put that back in there, see if they come up later on. I set the intention for all of my readings for your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. So if you don't find your story here today, check your other placements in one of my other videos. And remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you resonate with this message at all, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share this message if you know anyone who could benefit from hearing it. And we've got the star here, Sag. So you gave me a little preview there with 6 of Wands. We've got the star, but it's also come out with the 4 of Cups, but quite clearly in reverse. Now, I've been reading these upright, but I'm called to actually keep this in reverse. You're actually accepting something into your life. It might be something new. Could actually be something you were aware of, but you weren't really paying attention to it. And it's actually going to end up really well for you, because I'm just being called back to that 6 of Wands we saw in there. But you're moving towards something that is fulfilling, but it might be a little bit unexpected. You didn't know it was really coming in. You were kind of taken aback, taken a little bit by surprise. Feeling more alive, very much aligned with whatever energy this is, something like that. So let's just jump in. Let's just jump in, Sag. Let's see what's going on. What go on, Sag? Right, let's get some more cards on that. Let's see what the star and the 4 of Cups have got to say for our Sagittarius in August. Saggy, can you show me Saggy, please? Saggy. Sagittarius. Saggy, please. Okay, let's see what's going on. Can you show me Sagittarius, please? Sagittarius. Okay, oh, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, strong start, 5 of Pentacles, oh, and the King of Wands. Oh, okay, you're not feeling so good now, you're not feeling so hot now, Sag, but there's something coming in for you that you're very passionate about, or something coming in towards you, should I say. I think it's more towards you, because you don't see this coming at all. You're in a period of balance. I don't know if you're aware of this energy or not, because there seems to be a give and take here, but as it's unexpected, maybe in the recent past it's not, or it's someone that you had a dealing with in the past. And now you've not, because show me that you've gone from 6 to 5. So there's been some distance between you and whatever this thing is. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a pet, it could be a plant, be a job, whatever it is. It felt pretty good in the past. You were digging it, and then you moved away from the energy. I can't see you strongly feeling the lack, but energetically you are. Maybe in the physical, I think you're unaware. You're unaware that the thing or person or whoever that you left behind in the past is still kind of coming back around. And they're coming back around in King of Wands energy, Sagittarius. They are hot on your pursuit. Sorry, on hot pursuit. In hot pursuit. Sorry, I'm still recording under retrograde. I'm going to be a little bit more, a bit garbled while Mercury's retrograding, because I am a Virgo. Right, I'm just going to jump in and clarify that 6 of Pentacles. I'm super curious. What is it, Sag? Something's coming back around for you. Okay, right. Something's saying, hey, Sag, look at me. Who is that? Oh, yeah, we've got the Page of Wands. And we have the King of Wands. So, yeah, this is someone you've at least spoken to. You may never have met them in real life. It could be someone, you know, online or something like that. There's bants, there's discourse, they're interesting. There was a good energetic exchange between you and this other person. And if this is resonating, you know who I'm talking about. And there was a little, yeah, I think I could get down with this. And then it stops. You go your way, they go their way. That's kind of what I'm getting with the 5 of Pentacles here, which I will clarify that in a minute. There was something that sparked a little flame of interest, Sag. It could have started off as like a work thing or a friendship. because it's like I can see the energy slowly warming, right? It was maybe a little bit of a slow burn, but there was something there, and the connection was good and healthy. And then maybe life just took over and you just drifted apart for whatever reason, or you decided to not talk to each other again. But I'm not getting like a bad ending or anything like that. At least not yet. We're not clarified. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Cups. So a lot of placements will be getting the Queen of Cups in the present. So a lot of healing, a lot of self-care and death. Oh, you missed them. You did miss them. So whoever this was, I don't know if it was an established relationship or friendship, but it did end. You then started taking care of yourself, going kind of within yourself, looking at your wants, your needs, but also still giving love to this other energy. So if it did end, I don't think it ended badly, but you do miss them a little bit. There's a little bit of like, or you can't see them coming back. I know we clarify further in these ones, so we'll come back to that Five of Pentacles. So I don't know if that's just you missing them, or that they're them coming back around, but you can't see them. Maybe, perhaps even a bit both. Right. Can we please clarify the King of Wands, please? The King of Wands. Oh, the Five of Swords. Oh, yeah, they don't see you coming, and I don't know if you see them coming. I don't think you do. There's conflict in their energy, though. I don't know what that's about. We will clarify and get to the bottom of that. But yeah, we've got the Three of Wands underneath the deck. So it's like both of you are looking at each other from a distance. There is distance here. There showing me like a feeling of defeat or something like that. So if you don't like sipping, I need my caffeine. I'm just going to jump in and clarifying, because their energy is kind of confusing me. Or this could be a reflection of your energy towards them, but in the future position. We find out as we clarify. It's different for everyone, Sagittarius. It's different for everybody. We will get there. Oh, hang on. Let me shuffle this properly first. Oh, Two of Cups under the decks when I shuffled there. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so we've got Two of Cups and the Star on the cup. Could be a clue. Show me the Six of Pentacles for Sag, please. Six of Pentacles in the recent past. Okay. Six of Pentacles, please. Six of Pentacles. Oh, the Empress. The Chariot. And the Nine of Cups. Yeah, this was a really nice connection. Seems to be moving forwards into something, and then all of a sudden it didn't. So it happened. It must have happened. You know, you're not just happy one day, wake up, change your mind. So they must have happened, or maybe I'm getting like a wish fulfillment that never quite got off the ground, or something that you wanted that never kind of got off the ground. There was an intent on your part to connect on a deeper level. Please excuse me, Sag, I'm going to have the coughs. Let's clarify that Page of Wands. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my child downstairs. School holidays. No. Okay, let's clarify the Page of Wands. We've got the Hierophant. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Knight of Swords. What? What? Yeah, you had your eye on this person, Sag, or they had an eye on you. That role could be reversed, or you both had your eyes on each other. It was moving towards a sense of commitment. I feel like you knew this person before, that kind of thing. There's passion, really good communication, very equally balanced, and getting more like friendship that turned into more, that kind of thing. And then as time goes on, it just seems to get better and better. And the, well, it did. It's not anymore. Death is here. Death told me this ended. This is your past. Can we clarify that King of Swords, please? Can we please clarify that? Ooh, King of Swords. Strength. Five of Swords. Sorry, Five of Wands. And the King of Swords again, clarifying the King of Swords. Oh, this person held themselves back, though. I think we have a bit of unrequited love here in the past. in the recent past. There's someone you really like them, but they held themselves back. They were being kind of cold. There's cold energy to them, but you got along like really well. But it's like they didn't want more. They didn't want it to go to more. That's probably why it ended. You might have removed yourself from them because it was just kind of, you thought, well, it's not going to go anywhere. So what am I doing? You know, I get that. That makes sense. Protecting your heart, protecting your own heart with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, that's what you did, Sag. You pulled away because this person, it got so far with them, but they were like, no. And it's a wise choice. If the feelings are not reciprocated, just move along, see what you can do, but you've missed them. So that's why I think that you did have a bond. It was genuine. It wasn't, you know, I mean, some of you might not have known them that long and it just might have been like the spark, you know, we'll get the spark. And you just thought, okay, well, I'll move along. All right, let's clarify that Five of Pentacles. Show me the Five of Pentacles for Sag, please. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Ten of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you moved away. You came away from this connection because it wasn't being reciprocated in the way that you wanted or needed. They're showing me a coldness to you, but the fact that they're... See, down here they're the King of Swords, but up here they're the King of Wands. Something has changed. We'll get to it, Sag. We're going to talk about that. You moved away. You're still feeling their absence, though. You miss them. You do miss them. You think about them often. They're in your thoughts. How it ended is in your thoughts. There's a disappointment that it wasn't... it didn't turn out the way that you would have liked. And there were feelings there, especially from them as well. They were attached to you in some way that they're showing me in the recent past at the very least. They weren't completely detached from you. They very much enjoyed your company. They wrestled with themselves here on whether it was right to come closer to you in that way. There is passion from both sides. There was a curiosity, but there were stirrings, should I say, but not what you needed. Not what you needed. Okay, right, can we get into the Queen of Cups, please? Queen of Cups. Yeah, you worked hard on yourself. You've got the Eight of Pentacles there. You invested in yourself with the Seven of Pentacles. And you gave to yourself with the Knight of Pentacles. So all the energy that you were putting towards them, which you were kind of thought was wasted, you then put into yourself. Which has served you very well, Sag. I'm sure you've grown emotionally from when you last spoke to this person. You put a lot of focus onto your own healing, a lot of focus into your material surroundings as well, getting that, you know, just keep busy, I'll forget about them soon enough if I just keep busy. Maybe you were looking around investing in other people, maybe you spoke to some others, but they weren't catching you like this energy did. That's why you're just like slow and steady. I will get out there again into the dating game or into the new job, find a new job or find a new friend when I am good and ready. And that's so mature. Well done, Sag, for doing that. You don't just jump on to next thing, if you know what I mean. Right, let's clarify the Death card. I want to see what happened here. Can you please clarify the Death card? Death card for Sag. Oh, we've got the Emperor. The Lovers, yeah, and the Page of Wands, which was again in the past energy here. Yeah, so someone here wanted to connect. You thought very highly of them. They probably thought very highly of you too, but it just didn't come together. It just didn't do it. So just kind of made the mature decision to walk away. You realised that you had to preserve your own feelings and your own energy to get your own business done, and that's exactly what you went off and did. Still with them in the back of your mind though. Some of you more than others. Some of you might be in the back of the mind. Some of you might be being like, you're not showing me heartache, but you're actually showing me it's that little bit of that would have been nice, right? That would have been nice. Oh, Sag. Okay. Right, I'm going to get into this other energies. Get the right deck. Yeah, you just put a lot of work into yourself. All your pentacles into you. You kind of left behind any thought really of getting with anybody else. You thought the right person will cross the path when I'm ready. So you put in the work to get yourself ready. Opening up your heart. Focusing on your surroundings. Maybe a little bit of a glow up there, Sag. But still the memory of them remains and persists. As it does with us all. When you get connections like this, they're so rare. Because it seems that you two were very energetically aligned there and you had some really good times and there was progress being made. And it seemed the longer you knew them, the longer you were with them, the more you're coming into your Empress energy, then probably their Emperor energy, because we've got the Emperor and the Empress on the table here now. You were like, no, I've got to move away. And it may be, I don't know if this other energy ended it per se. I think it was probably your choice to walk. Because you weren't getting what you needed, rather than them just going, no, I'm not into that, Sag. I don't want to speak to you ever again. I'm not getting that from them at all. I don't think that was the situation. I think you made the bold choice to move away from this connection for your emotional stability. Because it wasn't emotionally fulfilling in the way that you needed that. Okay, right, can we clarify the Knight of Wands, please? I'm curious, why is the Knight of Wands here in opposition to the Knight of Wands? King of Wands here in opposition here to the King of Swords. You've got to bear with me, Sag, bear with me. I'm in retrograde. I'm a Virgo. My communication is well off. My words keep coming out back to front. Right, can we get some cards on the King of Wands, please? King of Wands with Sag. Oh, we've got the Knight of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups and we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so this person has actively tried to block out thoughts of you from their mind. It has not worked. Then they were looking at choices and like, should I, shouldn't I? Maybe it's best that Sag stay on their own, or maybe I should stay on my own. What's good for me? Which you should. I'm not saying that person's bad for sitting there and trying to make decisions for their own best interest. We should all be doing that. Everyone should do that. Sorry, you're not quite on the table here. Hang on. What are we doing? We've got all this space over here. There we go. Everyone should do that. So it's not a bad thing. They're not doing it a bad way. But it's the more time went on and the more separation, the more you start re-entering their mind, Sag. To the point where they're like, I need to talk to Sag again with the Knight of Swords. It's like a rushing energy. So don't be surprised if you hear from this person. If you haven't already, that you're going to hear from this person in August. And they're going to come at me with some fire. So it's almost like their feelings are developing in the absence of you, because they miss it as well. And I think, I don't think it was a case of they didn't find you attractive or anything like that, because they're clearly showing me here that they find you attractive. Clearly. Just probably wasn't the right time for them. And they look like an overthinker. They really do. Energetically speaking, they look like an overthinker. They're overthinking back here. And it ended. They're overthinking here as well in terms of coming towards you. But they're very much concerned with the right way to do things. They want to go about everything the right way. So even though they're rushing in, there is some calculation. There's a lot of thought has gone into it. A lot of thought from their end. Let's clarify the Five of Swords, which I believe is a kind of their inner conflict. I don't think it's a conflict between you two. And not knowing what to do. This person's very much in their head. This is a thinking person. Believe me. Okay, the Five of Swords, please. Five of Swords for Sag. Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Yeah, we've got the King of Swords again. Yeah. Whoa. And the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So this person's kind of in a battle between their head and their groin. Don't know how else to say it. So they want to come towards you. They're feeling that fire towards you, Sag. They really are, but they are... They're really overthinking it. They're going in circles almost, but they're still hanging on to the connection. They haven't forgotten at all. I think the more you're away from this person, the more the energy is built. So they're showing on to like, should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Back and forth. King of Swords again. They're kind of trying to talk themselves out of it. Then they're trying to talk themselves into it, then out of it, and then into it, and then out of it. Like, I would not like to be in this person's head. And I think that was it. That was kind of what they couldn't move past. So I'm looking at an energy here that talked to themselves out of something good. Because it's almost like they were saying, like, because I'm questioning it means that it probably isn't right for me. So I'll let Sag go. But they've now realised since you've left Sag, they're still questioning it. Now not questioning whether or not that was the right thing to do. Do you see what I mean? So like they gaslit themselves somehow into not being in a committed connection with you. If that makes sense, right? They're kind of coming to the slow realization that their overthinking might be their worst enemy. It's a slow realization. Overthinking is their worst enemy. Not that there was anything bad in the connection. Not that it was all going to go wrong. We're looking at a catastrophizer here. Now, this might only be resonating with some of you, or they're not necessarily showing you this. It depends what their personality type is. Some people, they go round and round and round in their heads, and you wouldn't have a clue what's happening. So there's plenty of you that probably think that this person's long forgotten about you. No. Okay. Look, they can't escape their own prison of thought, Sag. That's what they're showing me here. Let's clarify that, though. Let's clarify that. 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, could you please clarify that? 8 of Swords for Sag, 8 of Swords. Okay, yeah, we've got the Knave of Cups. Knight of Cups, the feelings are still there. The 5 of Wands, they're battling them feelings back again. And the 3 of Pentacles. They're trying to work through it, though. Thank the Lord. Oh, they're trying to work through it. It's difficult for them, though, but the feelings are still there, and they know they're not going to shake off them feelings, but they're slowly recognising that their thoughts are the problem. After recognising that thoughts are the problem, they now have to do the work to move past those thoughts to actually get in touch with their heart space. They're disconnected from their heart space. That's what's happened here. Thoughts do that. Where overthinking does that. Now, the mind is great. I'm not saying there's anything bad about thinking. We should all think that the mind is a tool. It can not predict, it can envision the future, it can envision the past. And that's for a purpose, because we learn from the past to kind of predict what our futures might be like. Our brain is basically a hunting tool. But when it gets out of hand sometimes, and it can sometimes apply that method to in inappropriate places like relationships, yeah, you do have to employ that sometimes. If somebody's going to treat you badly in the past, it's likely they're going to keep treating you badly in the future. But this person, no, they have just kind of gone into overdrive in their mind and convinced themselves that because they're thinking, then it can't possibly be right for them. But in reality, they overthink everything. And they've gone, aha, like a bit of a light bulb moment. Aha, yeah, okay, I think that was the problem. It wasn't Sag. It wasn't that the connection was wrong. It wasn't like, almost like they maybe thought it was too good to be true. So they thought, I'll pull the plug now, or I won't get involved at all, because it could go wrong. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? What if that? That's what they've been doing, and that's what held them back. Too much Swords energy. Swords is thinking. Swords is mind. Your person's got a hell of a lot of Swords energy, and it's mostly against themselves. They fight themselves all the time over a lot of things. Instead of just going with the Cups energy, which is where they naturally wanted to go. Because I see you two glowing up here together. I see your 9 Cups, Sag, with this person, and they remember that too. It's only from being removed from you and realising that they're still overthinking the connection, whether they're in one with you or not, that they were like, maybe I was the problem. Well, do you know what? Better late than never, Sag. Now, I'm not saying that you should accept this person. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You do what is right for you, Sag, and you alone. You could be done. You could be like, no, it's you reject me once, that's it. But this person is moving back towards you in August. Sometime in August. Whether it be the beginning, middle, end, I don't know. But they're coming soon, so be prepared. That's what I can say. Right, let me get some universal advice for you. Universal advice for Sag, please. Advice for the universe for Sag. Oh. Okay. Sag, please. Universal advice for Sag. Oh, we've got 3 of arrows. Yep. Makes sense. We've got the 10 of arrows and we have the ancestor. It's like the high priestess. This is a very deep emotional bond, a spiritual bond actually, almost. The 3 of arrows here is the 3 of arrows is the 3 of swords. It kind of gets a bad rap. People associate it with heartbreak, and it is, and it was heartbreaking for you. On your side of things, I can actually see that this hurt you a lot. To lose this person, it hurt them too to lose you. There was something in this connection that was special that you've not felt anywhere else. But the 3 of arrows is also healing through truth. So if it was the traditional Rider-Waite, these would be swords, and it was like swords of truth pierce the heart that then actually begins the healing process. So I've shown you there. 10 of arrows is instruction. 10 of arrows is like the 10 of swords. It's in reverse. And it's shown here in the card as someone giving guidance rather than an ending. And I think that this is the universe saying this ending needed to happen, so, or you not quite coming together. So some of you may have been a couple that it broke apart, kind of getting it didn't quite make it to that. I think you were a situationship or casual in some way that was on the verge of becoming a serious committed relationship. That card's telling me that it kind of had to end for a little bit for your person to come to the realization that they might be an overthinker. I don't think they realize that. Not to this extent. They didn't realize that in the past before this broke. That the consequences of letting your mind, your subconscious mind, your negative thinking run the show is that you actually end up losing people. And you were an unfortunate casualty of that, Sag. But it's in reverse now. So it's looking like as they come back around, the healing on that can begin. And then they're not going to come back like fully healed, like chilled out, go with the flow person. No, they're not going to be that yet. But they're on the path. They've at least identified that their thinking is a problem, right? That caused a schism in this connection. And then the high priestess, it's them learning to go with their intuition. So that's connecting with the heart space. They need to connect with their heart space. You have here, as almost as a direct result of this split, your heart space is wide open. You're very much in touch with your heart space. So I won't be surprised if some of you sense them coming back around already. But the ancestor, like the high priestess, she just knows. She has a knowing. It's the inner knowing. It's the inner wisdom. And in order to connect with your inner wisdom, first you've got to kind of shut off this circular thinking, repetitive thinking, so that you can in touch with your heart space, which then gives you access to your greater wisdom. And that's the path your person is just about to embark on with the 3 of Pentacles here. They have acknowledged that work needs to begin, and that work has begun. And as they come into that energy, that's when they will start trying to reach back towards you, possibly. Okay, right. Let's get you an animal spirit card. Animal spirit card for Sag, please. Animal spirits for Sag. Independent. I think this is referring to the time you've had to have apart from this person, which is really what the universal advice wants to focus on. You're a natural healer. So I was going to say that actually. So the healing continues in the relationship. So this person's not coming in fully healed from this thinking energy. Not saying that you're there to fix them, Sag, because we're not here to fix anybody. You know, we're here to support, not fix. But often healing can begin within a connection. You don't have to be like, oh, I need to go off into the mountains to heal. Healing can begin in a connection, but it starts independently and is an independent exercise with the support of the other person. Your intuition I'm not lying here. I'm not lying, Sag. I don't know if you can read that. Intuition, we were just talking about that, is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. All the keywords here, Sag, that we were just talking about. Intuition, healing. What's the other one? Independence, support. You both had to be separate to do your thing. So maybe you need to, yeah, that's probably what happened. You needed to connect with your heart space. They needed to, which you did. You went off and did that. They're now on that journey. They're just a little bit behind you. You both had personal lessons to learn. Yours probably more on the give and take aspect, like, you know, how long am I going to wait for someone to make up their mind? And you didn't, you went and focused on yourself. That was your lesson. Their lesson is about getting out their own head, getting out their own mind, probably expressing their emotions a little bit more, getting more in touch with their heart space, listening to their intuition. That's the lesson they were learning. And, you know, they're not quite there yet, but they're on the way. They're on the way. So I'll be expecting to hear from them sometime this month. If not August, probably maybe early September. It's all looking good, but stars here. You're still on your way to a wish fulfillment, the both of you. And yeah, this makes more sense now, doesn't it, given this context, Sag? The Four of Cups in the reverse. So it's like you two have been trying to forget about each other, but you've not really been able to. The effort's been there, but it's not worked. You still see each other as it's wish fulfillment. And the Four of Cups is now in reverse, so that's now dropping down. The facade of like, yeah, I'm fine, I don't need Sag. It's coming down. Oh, well, this is a nice reading, Sag. Hope this all works out really well for you. Looks like it's going to. Thank you so much for joining me here in the Zen Nook. Lovely to have you here as usual, Sagittarius. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video with anyone who you think could benefit from hearing the message. And with that, I wish you all the best, Sag, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.